Can't tell if that thing's shooting out orbs or just shooting out the wire. It's just sending out a lot of clusters it's gotten that are extra. And like it as soon as you activate on it. Where the whole thing is shaking from all them active states. See all those clusters all over. And that's a lot of them. How they just stand still and I film them. As soon as they go away, they're active. And that tree's gone. There's the other big pole. He's got a lot of clusters with dirt. I'm not in a good spot. There's too much shadow and fog. Just feed him. There are orbs right there in the cable. And that whole thing is steaming with orbs. You can see how much it's shaking. There's an active cluster right on it. And there are orbs in that cable, especially on the left side. And they're on both sides, I'm sure. Definitely on that post, or whatever that thing is that's holding up the high power line. I mean, just look at all the shaking that thing's taking. He's taking that whole thing right over. You can see the large clusters there on the bottom, and a real big one right there in the middle. And all the orbs are shooting by. You can see them shooting by across the middle. They're jumping across that pole from the right side of the cable to the left side of the cable. And then they're shooting down the left side of the cable because they're going counterclockwise from right to left. But you can see them right there in the middle, how fast they're shooting by. And these are high tension wires, and they're taking over that entire pole or post or structure, whatever it's called, that's holding up those high tension cables in place. But you can see how they made a connection using the entire post as a conductor and just traveling from the right hand side of where the cable is to the left side where the cable is. And they're using that post itself because it's made out of iron and it's electromagnetically conductive, so they're using it just like a cable to move from one cable to the next and continue on down the line. And they're moving from right to left. So that's what I'm talking about. Nothing much stops these things because they're intelligent. I mean, if they know how to do that, think about how many other things they must know. They certainly know what's electromagnetically conductive material and how to use it. And that's a fact. And inside of that whole thing are large clusters that are driving all these orbs from one cable to the other. They're driving them farther down the left side to the next station. They've made their own stations and waypoints. It's like way lines, or ley lines, sorry. Now that's really interesting. The way they're using that metal, which is iron, as a conductor to transfer orbs from one cable to the other. And being that that thing is in the middle holding up the both cables, they're using it as a conductor. So that shows just how smart these things are. I mean, if that doesn't show it, nothing does. They know how to continue an electrical current and nothing is in their way, not even a post. They're just utilizing it, and properly too. And they magnetize the whole thing. They're actually electromagnetize the entire thing and use it as a conduit and just another part of their structural development on our own power grid, so they can use it for themselves free of charge. I hate saying that, free of charge, because it's so expensive, electricity. When I see this, I just hate saying free of charge, because that's what they're doing. They're getting all our electricity free of charge. And it just burns me up whenever I see my electric bill. That burns me up. That they can just do this for free, no consequence whatsoever, and everybody ignoring it. That's really what gets to me. Why are people ignoring it? They're paying for this. I'm not the only taxpayer. Okay. I'm not the only one paying for them. Okay, there must be other people that are consciously aware of what they're paying for and who's using all our power for free. And I'm showing you who it is. And nobody seems to care. Just wait till your bill becomes so astronomical and they put a lien on your house for non-payment because you didn't want to freeze this winter or the next winter or the winter after that, or you didn't want to have a heart attack because of heat in the summertime, so you turned your air conditioner on, or had to use your stove to make some food, and then after you couldn't pay your bill, and they turned off your power, and on top of it put a lien on your house. So now you have a second mortgage. Wait till then. Then you're going to look at my videos and reconsider the times you ignored them when I was showing it right to you at the right time, like 7 years ago. More than 7, it's been 7.5. Okay, and look at all of them charging up for free. Okay, just now let you watch that for a few minutes. Just look at how many of them are charging up for free off the electricity that you're buying. You're buying it and your use of it is controlled, and they're using it. They have no controls on them whatsoever. They're using as much as they want, and on top of it, it's all for free. It's free. And they don't have to answer to anyone. They don't have a meter running at their home, because their home is this entire city, and then beyond that, the entire planet. So they didn't bother installing electrical meters to see their consumption, because they don't care about how much they consume. They'll consume everything that they can because it's free. I mean, why stop and put limits on yourself if you can get all the power you want for free? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense. They're doing the smart thing. We're not doing the right or the smart thing. We're the ones that are stupid. It's not just the one tree, it's all of them. Did you have enough watching Orbs getting a free charge on your dime? They certainly didn't have enough free charge. They need more. And the more they get, the more they want, because there's more of them. They're just reproducing, exponentially. So they need more and more and more and more. And we better run and make it for them. Otherwise they'll change our weather and drown us, or cause a hurricane and destroy all our homes, or a tornado or something else, flood us. Who knows? They can do a lot of things. They can make very high winds and create all kinds of storms just by zipping around counterclockwise like a cyclone. That's their normal thing as they cluster. So it's nothing out of the norm for them to create a cyclone, a tornado, a hurricane. All those things spin counterclockwise. Why do you think that is? It's because these things naturally revolve counterclockwise around their nucleus, and they do it at such high speeds that they can create winds of hundreds of miles an hour. Okay, so they move air around and whip it up until it becomes high winds at hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour. And those forces drive other forces and become very destructive weather-wise in terms of creating high waves and ocean storms and even tsunamis, or just hurricanes with lots of rain, cyclones with lots of rain, high winds, and tornadoes on the ground. And if that doesn't do it, they go underground and trigger off a few volcanoes and darken the sun. So we have no food for a few years and start to that. So, there are lots of ways of making us pay. But we already pay for our electricity. Why should we pay 1,000 times over? There's another spot. Let's see if these start up. They're being nice and quiet. Out of mind, out of sight. It's funny, they were just moving before. And those are really low to the ground too. And those trees are active because there's a power line running right through there. See the power cables leading right into there? Of course, now that I'm talking about them, they're going to just stop. They don't want to give themselves away. Come on, let's go. I know you're there. Oh, they can't stand still forever. They gotta act good. Smile, you're on candid camera. Come on. I'm playing hard to get. That's okay. I'll outweight them. What I mean, those power cables are just charging up a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them. All those trees are full, right to the brim. See how when they know I'm talking about them, they just stop. And they even turn green to look like leaves. But don't believe it. There are no leaves. When those things leave, that tree will be all bare. There'll be nothing on it. Even the branches might be gone. Look at the tops of those trees there. They're getting a charge also. Because that thing is, trees are conductive. They conduct electricity very well. So it's going right through the entire wooded area. You know, that's a big area. And like, it's all trees. So that's going right through all of them. Let's see these right here. See, then yeah, I was gonna film them. They just stopped. They're just moving. Let's go, boys. I don't have all day. See, these guys are doing it at a higher vibrations frequency. That makes them move faster, but not as much. Huh? I got their number. And now they're back to normal. Because they have to keep vibrating. Otherwise it's over. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. See how they turn green? To try and pretend they're leaves. They're all orbs. That whole thing. Okay. They're not gonna play ball. Maybe these will. Okay. Look how many there are. And just the whole thing all over. See how smart they are? As soon as they realize they're on camera, they stop right away, turn green. Look like leaves. You'd never know they were there. Okay. I'm just gonna sit down for a minute. Still active. I'll just let you watch that. They're all charging up for free. What better conductors than wood? And that's a lot of trees. They conduct very well. All that electric power from the cables is going right through the trees and right through the orbs. And they're just making more of themselves. And pretending that they're leaves. Man, when they leave, there'll be no trees, let alone leaves. Okay, they heard me talk over there in the back when I was sitting down, so they stopped all their activity. It's okay. There's all the others that didn't hear me.